wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. Change a lot of things that I've said. I said some things to my mom, debated with my mom that I shouldn't have said. I just wish I could go back. I understand now. I truly understand now what she was trying to get me. I had a whole book my wife gave me. I've been writing in this, and I've seen Norm and said, get up here and preach. I thought it was easy. Nah, it ain't that easy. But before I break down totally, me and my wife are gonna thank a lot of people, because it wasn't just us. It was a hell of a team God put together for us. My wife, I can't. She taught me how to change. She taught me how to like. She said, my mom never complained. She never complained. She never got mad. We couldn't go a lot of places. We couldn't do a lot of things. We couldn't go out to eat. We couldn't move. Because one of us always had to be at the house. And we didn't want to leave each other. So we stayed home together. We sacrificed. But there's a lot of people that sacrifice with us. So I can go on for days about my wife. So y'all really don't want me up here. We gonna be here. But my mother-in-law, she seen us go through it, and she stepped in when it was time, and she stayed with my mom for 2 years at her house for us. Just so I can always have somebody there keeping eyes on my mom with the nurses and people coming in and out of there. While I was starting off my business venture, and she did that for us, moved in, sacrificed. My cousin Nikki, great cousin, great sister. Numerous stuff she's done for us throughout the years. Can't say enough about her. I just don't want to forget about her. To my friend Damien, he lost his mom, and he kind of prepped.
Yes.
It didn't help, but it helped. Probably been worse than this, but he prepped me. You can't get prepped for this. I don't know. He did what he did. I'm glad. I'm thankful. He has honest answers, and he kept me level-headed at times when I was about to go. And so you can't find friends like that. That's always honest. No agenda. Just want to see me. So thank you. My other friend, Milton, call him Mooney, he kept me laughing. Sometimes I ain't gonna laugh, or nothing funny. He kept me laughing. To my dearest friend, Mike Austin. I understand now, man. My mom and his mom was like this. We grew up next door to each other. And all we had was each other. And he used to talk about his mom. I didn't get it. I couldn't feel it.
Right.
I feel it, man. I feel it. To Dan. I don't know if Dan's here, but retired police officer, man, and on this journey to becoming a man, there's no blueprint. So mistakes, whatever you want to call them, and you need people like that to guide you through it. So I just wanted to thank him because he kept me level-headed. To another friend of mine, Murphy, he had a lot of stories about his kids and what I was gonna have to go through as a father with my kids. And that helped me through the process as well. The other person I like to thank on my journey, I'm sorry, would be Johnny Washington.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
He told me at the time when I really needed to hear it. And I haven't heard it in a long time. He didn't have to say it to me. He told me he loved me. And as men, we very seldom say that. I haven't heard that in a long time from another man. I heard it from my wife all the time.
Amen.
But that's my wife's dad, and he told me at a critical time of my life, I love you. But it's something that he said to me that day when he told me that. He looked at me, he just told me, and I never forget this. My wife would tell you, I talk about it all the time. He told me it was okay to be a square.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
He told me. I was a street dude. He told me it was okay. Like, it's okay to be a square, man.
Amen. That's right.
When he said that, it connected. I didn't think it was okay. I thought it was cool what I was doing. But it was cool to be a square.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm a square with 4 kids. And that one message he got through to me that my mom and my stepfather could never get through. He said it in one sentence. And I'm thankful. Don't ever think I'm not thankful.
Amen.
To my father, who I recently just started a new relationship with. And me and him talk now as men.
Amen.
And I was talking and we talking, and how I was handed cycles that had nothing to do with me. I was just born into it. My mom family had cycles. My father family had cycles. And when your kid's born into it, you give it to them without even knowing you give it to them.
Yes, yes.
So then now I'm trying to break a cycle
Amen.
that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And so that's a hard cycle to break because I didn't create it.
That's right.
Walking around as if I'm normal, but I'm damaged.
Mm-hmm.
My wife been working on me for years. For years, been working on me. And she was teaching me this thing called grace.
Yes.
That's a hard thing,
Mm-hmm.
to show people grace. But God been showing me grace my whole life.
Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Everything be grace.
he make it look so easy. It's not easy. I'm named after him. David Lester Burkette, that's my name. Call me Les for short. All my daughters share my initials, D.O.B., purposely.
Amen.
When I started talking to my dad again, he told me what it meant. I just thought I was naming my daughters D.O.B. And the message was in my initials the whole time, lining up with that word grace. Don't look back.
Ooh.
I had it with me the whole time.
Yes.
He said my initials stand for don't look back. I understood. So all their initials are D.O.B. All my daughters. My beautiful daughters.
Amen.
I come from a family of, can't really say it in here, but forget you. I say that. I didn't learn compassion until I started taking care of my mom. I didn't know what compassion was. I didn't know. I always looked at people, well, that's your problem. Not until I took care of my mom, I had to understand, like, you gotta have compassion. So she taught me that. To the nurses that took care of my mom, Charlotte, she taught me a lot of things professionally, how I needed to take care of my mom, turn her, move her, pick her up, things like that. Marnita, she's another nurse that my mom had that drew real close to her. And anytime I had a call or needed to make a call 3, 4 in the morning, they gave me the right answer, or the closest answer they could give me, professional. So they helped us through the process. Trina, she's still in here. We met her along the way, and if me and Tanya had to make God sent her somewhere for a day and we couldn't be at the house, Trina would come take care of my mom. Gotta thank her. Shamika, she's another one. She's a nurse / chef.
Amen.
And she used to cook my mom some great meals. Whatever my mom asked for, she did it. She did it. Miss Anderson, me and her son grew up together here. We fought together, we debated, we did everything together, but we always remained friends. He back there.
Amen.
Despite everything. For years. I didn't know God was gonna have Miss Anderson bring food down to my mama's house when I couldn't. The doctor said, you can't keep feeding your mama Wendy's. Because it was convenient for me. She the one who started cooking real food. I had to start going the real food route, right? My Uncle Tony. Anytime me and my wife went out of town, he was the first one to raise his hand and say, I'm gonna come over there. And I appreciate that. My Aunt Stephanie, she's a nibbler.
Right. Right.
She's, I call her a nibbler because she's been nibbling on me for years about the Lord. It's one nibble at a time. She couldn't tell it to me all at once because I would pretty much reject it, like I don't want to hear that. But somehow or another, my house got all type of statues and monuments with the Lord's name. And every time I turn somewhere, she a nibbler, she sneaks it in, right? So I call it a nibbler, right? And my Aunt Niecy, she goes through her health problems and she always called to check on my mom. Always. Even when she couldn't make it, she always called and made sure with the late night talks and everything.
Amen.
My Aunt Pat, definitely. Her and my mom could talk for hours
Yes.
on that phone in Georgia. My mom used to call people 1, 2 in the morning, and she'd answer. And even though my mom was bedridden, they'd talk like, just like nothing, just talk about it and everything. My mom enjoyed that. My Aunt May, she did the same thing. My Aunt May used to call and talk to my mom and
Yeah.
for hours, and you know, so that kind of helped out. And then, of course, the people at the end, when I took my mom to the hospital, I'm thinking it's a regular hospital visit. When you hear them say stuff, you hear they doctors, and then you hear them say they can't do nothing.
Right.
I didn't want to hear that. What you mean you can't do nothing? Doctor, can't do nothing. Then they gave us a number to a hospice. I knew what that meant. I didn't want to accept it. We can talk for days about how I can fix this and fix that. I did. I helped my cousin. I help anybody if I can. But I couldn't fix this. And I think that was frustrating. And I had to watch it. And couldn't do nothing about it.
Yes.
It's one good thing. It was uncomfortable for me and my mama when I used to change her. Definitely uncomfortable for me. So I used to have conversations with her while I'm changing. I changed her 9,855 times.
Wow.
I had a lot of conversations. And so I got closure.
Amen.
I got answers that I didn't like, but I got answers.
Amen.
Me and my wife fed her when she couldn't feed herself no more. My wife did homework. She's in school now. She did homework. She was in the room with my mom feeding her and doing homework at the same time.
Amen.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I didn't write it in my book, but I'm gonna say this. I want you to really understand this. At each stage of my mom's life, my sisters took care of my mom in stages, and I pulled up the rear.
Amen.
My older sister had her at her house, cooked for her, and everything for my mama. I know y'all see me up here, but it was still a group of us.
Amen.
And even though we didn't see eye to eye a lot of times, I knew what I had to do for my mama.
Right.
My sister did what she had to do for her mama, Christine. We always had good intent,
Amen.
but if nobody shows you this side of it, you're gonna make some mistakes.
Oh, yes.
So, even though I ain't read nothing from this book, I wrote a lot. I ain't read nothing.
Speak from the heart.
Yeah.
That's for next time. That's for next time. Yeah.
I just say, you know, I'm glad God gave me a chance. She fed me, so I fed her.
Amen. Amen.
She changed me, so I changed her.
Oh, yeah.
She took me to doctor appointments, so I took her. She stayed up late nights with me,
Yes.
so I stayed up late nights with her. This is returning the favor. I know everybody look at me up here and say, but bless you. I did what I was supposed to do.
Amen.
Amen.
And I just don't think you deserve credit for what you're supposed to do. It hurts. I'm just wish as a man that I had got it sooner. That's all. If I can go back and just listen to that one speech. She never left me. When I was homeless, she came and found me. She came and found me in Georgia. She found me. Compassion. That grace. I'm not done yet, but that helped me out as a man.
Amen.
I needed that.
God's grace.
I was always good at this, using my hands, not just for creating things, but just stuff that I ain't supposed to be doing with my hands. Fighting.
A different kind of fight now. Different
I'm
kind
learning
of
with
fight.
grace, it takes more to not than to do. I have to learn at 50
That's all right.
to walk away from a lot of situations.
God's grace.
To Mr. Austin, who been my mom's neighbor for years, who's better than the burglar alarm. He watched the house.
He was a real brother.
He watched that house.
Nothing mechanical about it.
Said, "Dang, you left that door open." I said, "I'm good." Mr. Austin left the door. One too many fathers in the neighborhood. He was one of them, and he's still there.
Amen.
So to be able to look up and see him, man, I'm thankful. Thankful for everybody coming.
God bless you.
And I don't know, you get to a certain age, you don't know, you forget who you did what to and all that, but I'm sorry if I did anything to you, I really am. I understand now. So I'm not the same man that I was yesterday. And then tomorrow, I'm not gonna be the same man that I am today. So I appreciate y'all coming for my mom. I appreciate my sister for putting together
It's beautiful.
a display that my mom would have done. Over the top is not a bad word, not for my mom. You know, it's in us.
Amen.
If I leave y'all with anything, I would say, trying to find in my book,
It's all right.
She used to say this to me all the time, and I wrote it down. I never understood it until I looked it up, finally looked it up. Every time my mom used to find me, or I returned to her home, she's always called me the prodigal son. Always. She'd look at me and say, the prodigal son.
Wow.
I didn't know what that meant. Until finally, it took her passing for me to understand who the prodigal son was. And so I looked it up, and this is what I was doing. Spending money, time, or resources wastefully or recklessly. I was wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she was referring to. I had so much talent, and I was wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
Prodigal son. Everything she used to tell me, I get it now. Time. The indefinite continued progress of existence and events in the past, present, and future regarded as a whole. The past, present, and future regarded as a whole. All this is connected. And it's crazy how my initial stands for don't look back. And this is one way of saying it. There's no way you can move forward if you're constantly living in the past.
That's right.
There's no way, because it's all connected as a whole. I can't be 50 and still on my 14-year-old. Well, trauma is trauma. You gonna get help for it, or you gonna stay where you at?
That's right.
And that's what I learned on this journey. Me and my mom had long conversations. I changed her a lot. And in the conversations, she gave me answers I didn't want to hear, but I had to hear them. And I didn't agree with a lot of them, but I appreciate her giving me the answers of why certain things happen the way they happen. And so, didn't get a verbal apology from neither one of us. I didn't ever say I'm sorry to her. She never got a chance to say sorry to me. But it was like a mutual nod, like she understood that past is the past. Got to keep moving forward, you know? So, I don't want to say too much more. I guess y'all never hear what's in this book. But I was writing it too, like we already don't hear it. And I didn't hear none of it.
Okay, Bishop.
Just know that I tell Chris and Xavier they here. And my two sons, they don't want to be. They always talk about like, you're not my daddy. I'm like, I am your daddy. Can't make me not be your daddy. I always tell them it's not over.
That's right.
It's never over.
Never.
I always tell them there's always something to do as men. It's never over.
That's right.
You can't relax. I'm sorry. That's just how the world is. You got your time where you can sit and do this, you can do that, but it ain't over. Even while my mom's memorial going on, there's stuff tomorrow that I got to do because it ain't over. It's dealing with her. It ain't over. So that's the whole premise is I understand that now. I don't have time to relax no more. I don't have time to waste no more. So I'm conscious of who I spend my time with.
That's right.
See? And I always want to be around people that's going to leave me with something up here. You understand what I'm saying? So, I apologize if I took too long. And, I just, this is a hard journey for me. It's a hard journey.
Yes.
Watching
Yes, it is.
5 o'clock in the morning, she passed away. I don't know if y'all know what it's like to walk past somebody's room and look in there just so I can see if she's breathing or not.
Yep.
Man, and to wake up and to not see that no more. It destroys you. It destroyed me, took a piece of me. Took a piece. To not see her breathe.
Amen.
Really do.
Amen.
Took time out. Just appreciate y'all coming. It ain't over.
Alright.
I'm still growing. I'm still learning. Just gotta be patient.
Right.
Yes.
Nobody gave me the answers to being this man. I had to take bits and pieces and put them together in the process. I had to make some mistakes.
Yes.
Nobody gave me a book and say, this is it.
Mhm.
I learned a lot. Take care of my mom. I got 4 daughters. God know what he doing.
Amen.
He didn't give me no boys for a reason.
Amen.
I ain't gonna question it. Everybody else question it, but I'm not gonna question it. He know what he doing. I don't know where he going with it, but let's come on. Let's roll with it. So, me and my wife learning now that if it don't go smooth, whatever it is, it's not for us. Whatever it is, if it don't go smooth, it's not for us. Personal business, whatever, it's not for us. Relationships, whatever, if it's not smooth, it's not for us. God got a plan, and you got a plan. God plan gonna override yours quickly.
All the time.
This right here was not my plan.
All the time.
I never would have guessed. I have to take care of my mama. I don't think anybody in this room would think it. But how God would see it. That's what he did. So, I appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate you doing my boy. She took a lot off my plate. Took a lot off my plate.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Yes, indeed. Everything is a season.
Real quick, before we have the singers come, and if there'd be issue, we'll deal with that. Dave, I want you to come back.
Dave.
He didn't hear me.
Dave.
I want you to stand here. Burkette, I want you to come up here to listen. I know